Today, in this episode, we will be talking about divine law, specifically the law of energy, the law of vibration, the law of attraction, and the law of creation. I'm excited for you to come along. Come join me in the journey. Hello, friends. Today, I would like to talk a little bit about divine laws. The three that I'd like to focus on and just briefly introduce are the law of energy, the law of vibration, and the law of creation. Let's get into it. Divine law is incontrovertible and irrefutable. Divine law cannot be denied or disputed. And when God's laws are obeyed, relevant blessings always result. I love this quote by President Russell M. Nelson. The law of energy. Everything is energy. Everything we can see, hear, touch, taste, and smell is made of different wavelengths vibrating at different frequencies. I like this picture. It just shows some chairs and a table. It looks very solid, something we can touch. It doesn't seem like it's made out of energy, but everything that we can see, everything that we can hear and touch and taste and smell, it's all made out of energy. Our brain is like a translator that has the ability to interpret these frequencies into what we perceive to be our physical reality. We perceive them as physical or solid, but break them down to their smallest particles, and they're all just energy. Energy is matter. It's an element. Energy is designed to be acted upon. Energy is directed by intelligence. And the one type of intelligence we're going to focus most on is our thoughts. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It just exists. Energy can be increased, decreased, moved, or changed. Energy radiates through the atmosphere. Radiating energy affects everything in its flow. Energy attracts similar energy. Energy flows out and returns magnified. Energy changes us. Energy is constantly creating, intentionally and unintentionally, into either order or chaos. Energy creates our experiences. Now, here are some energy basics in a faith-based language. The first one is from the First Presidency long ago. It was published in the Improvement Era in March of 1916. There is a universally diffused essence, which is the light and the life of the world, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world, which proceedeth forth from the presence of God throughout the immensity of space, the light and power of which God bestows in different degrees to them that ask him, according to their faith and obedience. What a beautiful explanation of energy from a faith-based perspective. This one's by Boyd K. Packer, and you can find it in his talk, The Balm of Gilead, in the Ensign in November of 1977. There is another part of us, not so tangible, but quite as real as our physical body. This intangible part of us is described as mind, emotion, intellect, temperament, and many other things. Very seldom it is described as spiritual, but there is a spirit in man. To ignore it is to ignore reality. There are spiritual disorders too, and spiritual diseases that can cause intense suffering. The body and the spirit of man are bound together. Often, very often, when there are disorders, it is very difficult to tell which is which. I love the way that Elder Packard talks about the energy that is our spirit, the mind, the emotion, the intelligence, the temperament, all of these consist of energy, high frequency, low frequency, and it can affect our spirit. And literally, the way he describes it as spiritual disorders and spiritual diseases that can cause intense suffering. Interesting way of looking at energy. This next one is by President David O. McKay. Every man has an atmosphere which is affecting every other. Man cannot escape for one moment from this radiation of his character. This constantly weakening or strengthening of others, by these qualities, he will constantly affect the whole world. Every man, by his merely living, is radiating sympathy, sorrow, or morbidness, cynicism, or happiness or hope, or any other 100 qualities. Really cool way of describing how our emotions or feelings, energy in motion, can affect everyone around us, literally through energy. The next one is by Elder Bruce R. McConkie. The book of life is the record of the acts of men written in their own bodies. It is the record engraven on the very bones and sinews and flesh of the mortal body. That is, every thought, word, and deed has an effect on the human body. All these leave their mark. We're going to talk a little bit about thought. We're going to focus a little bit on word and on our actions, our deeds. All of these are influenced and radiate energy. And Elder McConkie says they literally leave their marks on us, very bones, sinews, and flesh of our mortal body. The last one is Joseph Smith, and you can find it in Lectures on Faith. When a man works by faith, he works by mental exertion instead of physical force. Faith then works by words. The importance and the energy that is literally in our words, as well as in our thoughts, is something to be very aware of. We're going to talk a little bit about the law of vibration. The law of vibration states that anything that exists in our universe, whether seen or unseen, broken down into and analyzed in its purest and most basic form, consists of pure energy or light, which resonates and exists as a vibratory frequency or pattern. All patterns, thoughts, and feelings have their own vibrational frequency. Non-physical energies. Now we can sit on a chair, on a sofa, on a bed, and it's very physical to us. It feels very solid. That particular thing is a dense matter, but it's all made out of energy. What about the things we can't touch, the things we can't see, the non-physical energies? Let's break that down a little bit. There are non-physical energies as well. Our thoughts, for example, are just different vibrations. Every time you think a thought, you send out that thought's specific vibration. If a thought makes you feel good, if it's a negative thought, well, it's vibrating at a lower frequency. If it is a positive thought, it's vibrating at a higher frequency. A lower frequency thought might be, I hate you. A higher frequency thought might be, I love you. Each of these thoughts, along with words, are coupled with frequencies, vibration that's specific to that thought or those words, either higher or lower. The law of attraction in action. The more focus you give to a thought, the more thoughts of the same vibration will join it. This is the law of attraction in action. Like attracts like. So if we're in a thought that is of a low vibration, we will be attracting more energy that resonates with that low vibration. As the vibration grows, as we attract more and more, it becomes stronger, more stable, more able to attract other equal frequencies. The more attention you pay to a thought or a belief, such as, the world is a scary place, or the world is a beautiful place, the easier it becomes to think about, and the more evidence you see in your world supporting that belief or thought. The law of attraction in action. Now we're going to touch a little bit on the law of creation, and I want you to see how all of these laws, the law of energy, the law of vibration, the law of attraction, now the law of creation, all build on each other. Thought is where it all begins with the law of creation. Emotion is always attached to a thought, and the thought and emotion will have the same frequency. They will either be high or low. As your conscious mind dwells on thoughts of a certain quality, these become firmly embedded within the subconscious mind, and these thoughts and emotions become the dominant vibration of you. You literally are a magnet, absorbing and attracting the same vibration that you are emanating. This dominant vibration sets up a resonance with other similar vibrations and draws them into your life. And that is how creation starts. The thoughts, feelings, and actions we choose also have their own particular rates of vibration. These vibrations will set up resonance with whatever possesses identical frequencies. In other words, your thoughts are inseparably connected to the rest of the universe. Like attracts like. One positive thought produces millions of positive vibrations. And those vibrations, if others around us are thinking and feeling the same way, they will be attracted to that. As you choose good thoughts, more good thoughts of a like nature or frequency will follow, and you will also be in vibrational harmony with others whose thoughts resonate with yours. Now, how does agency, how do we control this? How do we intentionally act with these laws? The law of energy, the law of vibration, the law of creation, and the law of attraction. It is your choice. The most important thing to remember is that you have the power to choose your thoughts and your emotions. Therefore, you have the power to change your vibration and how you feel and what you will create. I love these 5 R's. It's a good way to actually think about how can I, now that I have a little bit of an understanding of these laws, how can I actually intentionally work within them to achieve and produce and heal and progress intentionally? Here is the first one. Recognize. Discern when you are feeling low vibration. Now, it's also great to discern when you're feeling high vibration, but usually when you're in that space, you just want to hold on to it. You want to stay there. You want to choose it longer. But when you're discerning, when you're feeling low vibration, that's a good thing because now you can intentionally make a choice or change. Once you can recognize that you are feeling a low vibration, now you can reveal. See the false belief and their attached emotion. What is the beliefs that are showing up? What are the emotions attached to them? Reveal it. Then you have the chance to release. Let go of the false beliefs and the emotions. There's lots of ways we can do that. We've talked a little bit about ways we can do that in our other videos. One way literally is to take 3 deep breaths. Allow our mind, our body, and our heart to all be connected with our spirit. And with breath and with intention, breathe out what you no longer want to hold on to and breathe in what you do want. Replace. Ask to know what God's truths are and receive those truths with the attached high vibrational emotions. God always works in the high vibrational energy. So when you ask to see what is false in your beliefs and your thoughts, and to receive and be enlightened with God's truth, when you allow that to come in, breathe it in, allow it in, accept it, you are also receiving high vibrational emotions. And then the fifth one, repeat. Choose to be mindful and make corrections as needed throughout your day. Make sure you're recognizing, make sure you reveal, release, replace, and then repeat. It's your choice. Reclaim your power and deliberately choose to feel the way you were always meant to. Think the way that God intends you to think. Create with intention. Men are that they might have joy. It's literally your natural state. It's what your spirit came with. This gratitude and joy and confidence. I invite you to return to this natural state. And as you understand a little bit more about the energies, the vibrations, how that attracts things, and that that's all a part of creation, you can remember the 5 R's. Recognize, reveal, release, replace, and repeat. And this will help you stay in a space of joy. Thanks for joining me today. If you liked this video, consider subscribing to this channel, and I invite you to share.